Monday's homework was 1, 2, 1. Tuesday's homework was 1, 2, 2. Wednesday's homework was 1, 2, 3. If you want to double verify last week, we can verify last week too to make sure that your binder is going to be good because, guys, Mrs. Pettiger's checking all of this. Organization is a skill that relates to her class. So last week we had 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, or 1, 1, 4, and then 1, 1, 5 happened here on Thursday. And what did you have written on Friday? Catch up, right? Catch up or no homework. Because if you had no homework, if you were all caught up, you didn't need to catch up. So that was catch up or no homework. Right? So then this week, you might already have completely filled in. You won't have to pass the binder check, but 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. Pretty consistent all the way down. Now, we may end up pushing a little bit, but that is our goal right now. If that needs to change, that's fine. We will all change it together because we might not get totally done with what I need to today. Any questions about plan book before we check homework? All right, so you need out 1, 2, 1. And while we start checking, I'm going to come around and just verify that people got out what they need out. So if you don't have it out, take care of it right now so I don't have to help you do it. So 1, 2, 1 should be out. What are you looking at? Are you looking at the wrong part of that? Because notice that there's accelerated 7, 8 and there's math 7. So guys, reminder, because a couple of us were absent. What is written in red is what is getting turned in that day. So 1, 2, 1 is due today. That's what's out. So what needs written in the plan book is what's in blue. That's what goes in your plan book. What's in red is just so you know what's getting collected.
Can we still write it?
Sure, yeah. Now, that little section says due, for due date, but you can make it due what's due, right? So that little section you can utilize to keep track of what's due. Everyone got 1, 2, 1? 1, 2, 1?
I'm done.
So maybe I need to pull you, and we can make that happen later.
Can you give me a second?
So we talked yesterday, and it's in your notes, that the probability number line only goes from 0 to 1. So if we're trying to drop probabilities on there, if it's a low chance, it'll be closer to 0. High chance will be closer to 1. Who immediately noticed that 25% is the same thing as 1/4? And who, it took you a second, and then you're like, oh yeah, they're the same. Because I'm always sweating. 25% is 25 out of 100, which simplifies down to 1/4. Yeah, no, these shirts are just bad. I like dark shirts, like our Phoenix shirts, those are great. If I wear a gray shirt, I'm sweating by first period. Look, Gabe, no judgment, right, man? We're not here to judge each other. It's just who I am. I sweat. Man, I get so excited about teaching math. I get heated up. All right, any questions about placing those probabilities on the line? E, E's squeezed in there. See how it's right next to 0? So 0.01 is 1/100th. Right? 0.01 is 1/100th. Very small chance. I just kind of squeezed it in right by 0.
Wait, I got confused because there's like 5 questions and only 4.
Is my answer key like
Yeah,
goofed
you're
up or
missing
something?
Oh, maybe you didn't put the letter with 0.85. Oh no, you're
A,
right.
B, C, D.
So the A and the B are on the same line.
Yeah, guys, A and B are at the same place. That's what we were just talking about. 1/4.
I have this extra E that I need to figure out why it's there.
Let me just look at your paper. I'm confused.
Maybe
Or
you
you
put
mean you
extra E's
placed an
somewhere.
extra
Wait.
E.
There's an E and
So
A.
E should be very close to 0.
Can you help me with
That's 85 degrees. Yeah, don't fall into that trap. That 85 is not the number that we care about. That's 85 degrees. All right, moving to the back. T represents theoretical when we just think about it. E is experimental when we actually do it. Questions on the. So, the chance, when somebody just tells you the chance, that's theoretical. If you did it, you flipped it, you actually did the thing. That's experimental. I walked the lap, so I was going to shut the door. I'm going to check the AC. I'm going to sound as far as I can. Alright, so any questions on 59? That's not appropriate. If you don't want to be in my class, you can leave, but you got to go to the office and call your parents and explain that you can't do class. That is always an option. Guys, if you can't do school, like, don't impact everybody else's education. That's like the one rule around Phoenix, right? Like, you can essentially do whatever you want within school reason. You just can't negatively impact somebody else's education. Questions on our shaded in sections of our grid? Now, if you are one of the people copying right now, like I already walked around the room and know who you are, I'm just holding my breath that when this is on a mastery, like what we'll probably have on Friday, notice up there it says mini mastery, that you actually know what you're doing. Because if you don't, then it'll be okay. We'll get it progressing and like I'll help you with it. Yeah. Nope. I mean, your homework is your study guide. All of what I put on masteries comes from what we've done on the practice. There's like no tricks, no like sneakiness. It's like, and sometimes it's the exact same problem. Like not even joking. Like I might take these 3 grid, like 100 grids, and might even just use those. Or I might find some different 100 grids to make sure that you have to try it on your own. True confession, I didn't have a calculator. So I skipped that problem. You can't skip that problem because you have a calculator. Yes.
with the shaded parts, when it says 12.5, I just put 12.5.
Yeah, 12.5 is the same. Yep. So, mean and median. Mean. Lindy, how are we going to do mean?
You add up all of the numbers and then you divide them by how much numbers there are.
We're going to take the sum and divide by how many numbers we have. Do you have the sum? Do you have it written down? Like them added all up? Divided by 10. So what's your mean come out to be?
14.
14. Now median, we have to put the numbers in order. Are these in order right now?
No.
No. So guys, listen. If you don't list out the numbers in order, you're getting a check minus. Because that means you copy it. And I'm not even going to put the median up here because I had some people on the last homework and then they were mad at me. Because they're like, I chose the middle number. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you choose the middle number when they're not in order. Right? We got to put them in order. So we need to list out. So if I start listing these from lowest to greatest, you want to help me with that, miss? Do you know what the lowest, like do you have them on your paper?
Yeah,
Or like what's the lowest? Because we're just going to start the list for people. What's the lowest number?
7.6.
7.6. And then I would cross that out and then scan. There's another 7.6. If you didn't list out the numbers, do it now. After 7.6, 9.2. Are we getting into double digits now?
Yeah,
It looks like-
12.5.
What is it?
12.5.
12.5. And then we would keep going. I'm not doing all of it for you.
But,
Yes, question, miss?
It's just because when I did it, like, I crossed the numbers out after. It's like to help.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. So then you were in between the two numbers?
Yeah.
Now, this is where CPM homework help is really convenient. Sometimes with median problems, they've put them in order for you. So if you want to double check, did I put them in order correctly? You can go check CPM homework help. I'm not going to write it up there, but what did you find your median to be? The middle number, Bella? 14. Does it be? No, just 14. Please stop. Come on, man. You know what I'm doing. If you actually think it's 14,000, we need to talk about why you have that wrong answer. So you're just goofing around? Okay. That's wasting time right now. Okay. So the median and the mean actually came out the same there. If you don't know how to find that median, come see me, or check your math notes, or check CPM homework help, or come see me. In our histogram here, guys, the first thing you should always do with histograms is fill in numbers on the columns of how tall they are. So fill in numbers on the columns of how tall they are, like how far the frequency goes up. If you didn't do that now. Just get in that habit. Like a 1, a 5, a 3, how tall are they? So then, fill in those numbers on the how tall the columns are, so we get in that habit. When we see a histogram, that wants to be the first step that we take. So guys, I'm going to warn you about this because I don't like playing gotcha. If we keep having people that are showing up with homework not done and copying it, I'm not going to do this. I will just take questions that you ask, and checking your homework will be on you. It'll be your responsibility. So if you notice that classmates need help getting their homework done, help them. You are allowed to work together. That is totally fine. Okay, work together. It's all good. But you got to get it done. We got to try it on our own. You can't come to class like a baby bird and just ask me to regurgitate some chewed up food in your mouth. That's gross. Yeah, you're not a baby bird. You can chew your own food. All right. Turn those in, and I need to set out 1, 2, 3. Oh, you rock, Miss Martin.
If you haven't picked up 1.2.3, it's back here.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I did not tell you. You just come grab it. All right. No other guesses on the mystery spinner. Nobody else? Christian? You want to throw some percentages at me? So based off the data, what MISC came and told me was 50% purple, 40% green. I forget which, 40% orange, and 10% green, or I forget which way it flipped.
Yeah.
Because now, I told her that's wrong, and obviously upset. Mystical's like, but this is what we wrote down. Guys, what if we try this 10 more times? Let's see if we do it 10 more times if we get the same thing we got. Hang on to your thought for a second. Real quick. Purple. Spin 1, purple. Spin 2, orange. Spin 3, purple. Spin 4, purple. Spin 5, orange. Spin 6, purple. Spin 7, purple. Spin 8, purple. Spin 9, green. Spin 10, purple. Is that the same we got yesterday? Why? Jana, thoughts?
It's 80% purple and 10% green and 10%, or not, 15% green and 5%. Oh no, 15% orange
Okay,
and 5% green.
you're closer. You're still not right there. You're closer. Hey, so Jana had her hand up to ask to talk about whatever. But if you're asking me to repeat something, that's fine. That's totally whatever. So are you lost, Raphael, or what do you need from me? We're not doing it another 10 times. We were just comparing. It's not the same, right? The point that I was getting at there is it's not the same as what we got yesterday. So why? Why might it not be the same as yesterday? Ivan? I mean, this is the same spinner as it was yesterday. Like Scout's Honor, Promise, no fingers or toes crossed. This is the same spinner. Margot?
Well, I mean, if you respun it, there's definitely a chance that you can get the same color that you got yesterday. So you honestly could have, gotten the exact same spins yesterday if you added them up. Like, even if you use the correct number, you have no way of knowing if you had spun that yesterday.
You guys ready? What you're saying is true. That's our spinner. So, how many sections does it tell us it's broken up into? 6. How many sections are purple? 3. So what they're telling us right here, what we can now see is the probability of purple is what? How would I write this? Well, I'll get there eventually. But how do I write this first? Yeah, 306. Probability of green? And the probability of orange is 1/6. You know what percent 1/6 comes out to be? 16.6 repeating forever. Annoying. About 17%. If we were trying to make the numbers nicer. But guys, does that mean that every time we spin it 6 times, one of them is orange? No. That just means that's our theoretical chance. Experimental, we got different.
Would Victor Houston please report to the main office?
Yay,
Victor
Victor's computer's
Houston to the main
here.
office, please.
Thank you, Dad. Guys, if you ever realize you've forgotten something, a lot of times your parents will try to help get it taken care of. Hey, Alex, can we make better choices right now, maybe? Well, okay. I guess I haven't launched us. Get 1, 2, 3 out. So you just looked off task. It hurt my feelings for a moment.
No, I was outlining the mystery spinner.
Yes.
Did anyone ever get it right?
No, because everyone keeps trying to use like 10%, 15%, 20%. Because what did we make our denominator yesterday? How many spins did we spin during class? 10. Does 10 get along with 6? Like, not really. So if I had told you guys that it had 6 sections, then maybe you would have said, okay, stop at 6. Or stop. What? Do you want to try that? Do you want to try just 6 and see if we get what we're supposed to? Let's try that. I'm curious. So in 6 spins, what should we, how many purple should we get? 3. How many orange? And how many green? Right? We should get the things that reflect like this. Let's see if that happens. 1 purple. 1 orange, 1 purple. 1 orange, 1 purple, 1 green. So now what do we need? 2 more purples and another orange. There's 1 more purple, 2 more purples, and another orange. So now we got it. Does that mean it's going to happen every time? No. Yeah, that's like when I'm playing a board game with my friends and I'm like, a 7 has to come up. A 7 hasn't been rolled in forever, and just still, 7 doesn't get rolled. Like the game's
Especially
against
if you're
me.
playing Monopoly and you're trying to get the free parking for the money in the
Right? So we just talked about those.
It's like you have to land on a certain space.
I'm trying to get a decent amount of progress today, so. All right. So what did we just say the probability of orange was?
Wait, did you say 1 point?
I don't think a lot of us wrote this down. Something, and maybe I need to show it again.
Did you say
on-
2 or 3 for the paper?
Let me double check. I've lost my binder. This is why I'm all goofed up. Give me 2 seconds to find my binder. That's the accelerator. Aha! Sorry, right now we're pausing a moment because Mr. Hudson's just confused.
When Bryce and Rose both please report to the main office. Bryce and Rose, right to the main office, please.
So this is just still graph paper, right? So probability of orange, like sorry, this is not on a worksheet, is what? What's our probability of orange? 1/6, right? Write that down. Probability of orange is 1/6. Yep, on your graph paper.
Are we doing 1.1.2 or 1.1.3?
Yes, because I'm trying to get through both today.
Oh,
This is still 122 right now.
Oh,
If you really care, but it's not on either worksheet. This is on graph paper.
okay.
So to say it again, this is on your graph paper. I should see pencil in your hand connecting to a graph paper, moving in a way that makes letters and numbers. Probability of orange. We just said is 1/6. We're all writing this down together, right? Come on. Keegan?
You said that we needed 2 green, but we got 2 orange.
Oh, so we didn't get what we were supposed to. I was trusting what you guys were saying. Like when I asked you, I trust you guys, right? So if you give me an answer, I run with that answer, and then if we find out that was a goof, that's okay. If we spun the spinner 12 times, how many oranges do you think we would get? And if we spun the spinner 48 times, how many oranges do you think we would get? Work with your partner to figure out the answer to these things.
Oh,
If we
so
spun it 12 times, or if we spun it 48 times.
it's multiplying by 2.
Yeah. And then multiply by 8. I think 8 for
8
So we don't quite come to space right here, so let's drop down and put P of orange.
No, because 1 times 2 is 2.
Right out your
And then
1 over
2
6
times
for that
4 is
fraction.
4. It's times 4. That's not. Because 6 times 2 is
Oh,
4.
no, I thought I think 6 to 4.
Well, no.
The
It's
denominator to it.
times 2 because 6 times 2
Happens to be our numerator.
We got 6 times 2 plus times like that would be like times 2, but then 12 times like 48 that would be.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it was 8 for 48. Because if you
Guys, you're making me feel like I got like a body odor issue or something. No one wants to sit up front with me. It's making me self-conscious. I might have to move some things around and encourage you all to sit up front with me.
I got you. But like right here.
Yeah, up here's way better than way back there, man.
We're literally like in front of your desk.
I mean, like right here. Yeah, but you've got this buffer, right? You've got this like defense wall. I can barely get to you guys.
I mean, if you just like reach your hand out.
Wait, but Mr. Hudson, for the thing, it would be times 2 at the bottom because 6 times 2 is 12 and 12 times
All right. Well, Alex is gonna go ahead and tell us who dies at the end of the movie.
12 times 2 is 25.
As Alex didn't wait for me to call on cards, but sure, since you've already let the cat out of the bag, come up if you want to. So, reminder: when you come up, pick the calligraphy pen. It's normally already picked, but then pick the color you want, which you can white shows up well on this. There's actually good brain research that dark background and white or light print. Like Mr. Estes, you'll notice his slides are all like dark background, light print. So Alex, show us what you were just saying.
Alright, so,
And talk to them, don't talk to the screen.
so 6 times 2 is 12. So, and then 12 times 2 is 48. So that would mean at the top, it would be times 2 as well. So it'd be 2 and then 4. And then, but, it would basically be adding, or multiplying by 2.
Now wait, to go from 12 to 48.
12 times 2.
You got some hands up. I'm wondering if you need to call on one of your hands. So, hold up. I'm going to walk it backwards. It's something we did yesterday that we need to keep reinforcing. If, hands down. If, because in any situation, can I tag in? Sweet, tag in. Sweet, thank you. Any multiplication that we're trying to determine, and we don't know. Now, you might know this. Great, awesome, good for you. But if I don't know this, to figure out the multiplication, do the division backwards, right? Divide going backwards, and what do we get? 4. So this is times 4. What is 2 times 4? 8. So we would expect 8 oranges if we did 48 spins. We would expect 8 oranges. Are they okay? What? What? Did I say 8 was wrong? Or what? I didn't hear you say anything. Lily? You're just playing with this. Oh, the green. We'll move on. All right, Lily's complaining the red was really bright, so we should move on. We don't need to actually do this, but let's talk real quick. So if I say to let's say my wife, right, that we're going to have a game in the evenings where we'll flip a coin. If it's heads, I do the dishes. If it's tails, she does the dishes. Is that fair? Now, why? What do you, fair? What is fair, aside from the thing in the fall with rides and food and great stuff? Lindy, what does it mean for something to be fair? Yeah, so remember when we talked about fair, it's equal chances of winning, right? Or getting what you want. So equal chances of getting what we want. So let's talk about a deck of cards, because coins are pretty straight up. What might you want to get out if we're going to talk about a deck of cards?
A deck of cards.
But I don't have 18 decks of cards to give you guys. The thing from yesterday that has a deck of cards on it. Yeah, thank you, Destiny. Good reminder. Guys, you could just get one out for your team if you want, because you're going to work together.
Mine's already out. You're literally putting it back. Who's putting it away?
We're pushing homework. So you do not have to make the change in your plan book But I know I'm not getting to what I need to for 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 is going to be assigned as tomorrow's homework, which I'll shift the stuff at the bottom. But 1, 2, 3 will not be due on Friday. Okay, 1, 2, 3 will not be due on Friday. This will be 1, 2, 2 actually, and this will be nothing. So guys, like catch up. You're getting a freebie. You're getting a freebie extension. Because I can't get through everything I need to get through, and there's no point in me like rushing too much. That just will hurt us more than it will benefit us. Yeah, I can only move so fast, right? Oh my gosh, I gotta remember that I have alarms set to help me out. All right, we got 5. It's the Beatles. George Harrison, right? Would have been on Blackbird. I forget who sang on Blackbird. All right, chat with your teammates. We're going to start with this problem tomorrow so that right now I can just circulate and talk with you guys and help you solve these problems. So, look at these situations. Determine what is the probability of that situation based off the deck of cards you see in front of you. So let's do A together, then the rest are for you. Question? Who? Oh, Paul McCartney. I knew that didn't sound like George Harrison. So, look at your cheat sheet. Or reference page, whatever you want to call it. Guys, cheat sheets are not like a bad thing. How many aces do you see in that deck of cards?
There's usually 4.
4. How many cards are in a standard deck? 52. So what you need to write down on your graph paper, guys, these questions are going to come back, like potentially on a mini mastery. Hint, hint, cough, cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So the probability of us selecting an ace is 4 out of 52. But actually, guys, here's the really cool thing about a deck of cards. To reduce that fraction, look at less of the deck of cards. If you only look at half the deck, how many aces and how many cards?
26.
How many aces?
2.
So it'd be 2 over 26, or if we only look at one suit, only look at a single suit, how many aces are there in each suit? 1. How many cards are there in a suit? 13. There are actually 13 cards in a suit. All right, answer the as many of these as you can, or we're going to start on these tomorrow. Answer as many of these as you can right now.
Wait, what do you mean by suit? Like a pack of
So suit, and you're discussing with, and actually read the stuff on your paper. So read that stuff above the deck of cards, then ask me if you have questions.
Are we working on what?
So these are not on a worksheet.
Graph paper.
We're doing this on graph paper just as a team. I did not get actually to 1, 2, 3 today. We're pushing it.
That's what I
So just keep it in your binder, keep it safe.
Not including jokers. 2 colors, red and black, 26 cards each color. 4 suits. Spades, heart, diamonds, club, 13 cards. Flip
Probably the piece, like I got up there, was 52, where we can reduce it down to push button, piece. When you scroll up, see the other numerators.
Gauge keys, please stop by the office for a moment. Gauge keys, please stop by the office for a moment. Thank you.
Careful, not rolling a 3, right? Not rolling a 3. Guys, this is how we're going to dive into class tomorrow. So what do you think about did we get the ace one out? Alright, so then close the parentheses. And then copy down equals 4 1 2. And then that reduces, right? We take half of both those numbers. So what's right with the reductions? What doesn't make sense? So then, how many sides are on a standard number? 5-pound heavy die.
What?
Yeah, probably.
5 pounds?
Oh,
Give me. Oh,
So if you are thinking about a number cube, is a die. No, I did not make this. That is all the time we have for today. We're starting on this problem tomorrow. Flip your papers in. 1, 2, 3 is not due till Monday. Okay? 1, 2, 3 is not due till Monday. Hey, Raphael, what you're doing right now is disrespectful of me as your teacher. I would appreciate it when I'm talking. I was making some final announcements. Saying to flip your papers in is what I was saying. So we'll take the time to follow those directions. Yes. You do not need to. You can if you want to. It'll maybe end Friday. I got travel Fridays.
Oh wait, that's not good. Give me
Stay
that.
tuned. This was my plan.
That's due on Monday.
3, yeah, we'll be doing Monday. 2 will be Friday.
I'm gonna do it.
You're like, that's a long way away. Hold on. Different sections in here, right? So, run and grab one of the back in the room there.
Probably. Yeah.
Today's Thursday, right?
Oh, yeah, they're right back here. No, today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday.
Bro, I just want lunch.
Right, Raphael, here.
Wait, are you?
Alright, so this.
No.
That's really important. We're going to use it a bunch this year. So we're going to protect this. Go get your name on it. Do this.
Yeah, we're gonna get ready. Get ready.
Right, you can get it out. Right, put this right in there. And then flip to your practice section, and we're going to put 1, 2, 3. So close those clips. Raphael, close those clips. Raphael, close those clips. Flip to the practice section. Bye, Alex. Hey, come talk to me later.